Forgot about the microphone. Hey guys, Rorius here. Maybe more multiplayer streams. Um, you'll see. I won't take long to show it. I'll show it right near the start of the stream. I've got a schedule. To be fair, I didn't put any specifics in, like any super specific details into my new schedule. Um, Yeah. It's one of I think we talked about this before that when it comes to multiplayer streams, I don't want to have like a scheduled multiplayer time or stream thing because we found that, well, at least I found that in the past, it meant that if it only meant negative things by scheduling a specific stream type. So if if I streamed on a multiplayer stream day and it was a multiplayer stream, it was kind of just like that was the expected thing that happened. No big deal. It happened. If I didn't stream the multiplayer thing, people got upset. We're like, "What? No multiplayer stream!" Ah. Um. So I I've quickly decided that. I mean, I say quickly. I over time decided that keeping the multiplayer streams just sort of sporadic is broadly more satisfying. Because when they come up, when it's like, oh, it's a multiplayer stream, people are like, oh, fuck yeah, multiplayer stream. um, but there's no downside. There's no downside to not doing the multiplayer stream. Yeah. Oh, he did it. Yeah. But yeah, so I will, for everyone's sake, for people wanting to see this, who for anyone not watching live, so that people don't have to wait too long to get into, to see the new schedule. I will show it off immediately at the start here. Oh, it opened in the wrong screen. Ta-da! Oh god, it's so white. Um, actually, does image viewer have a dark mode? I guess I can open it in GIMP. GIMP is dark. Okay, wait, I'll open it in GIMP. It's a little easier. It's a little easier on the eyes. Ta-da! My eyes! Yeah. Yeah, it's the new and improved Rorius schedule. Or it's the new and improved Rorius of the schedule. Yeah. So this year I'm gonna try and go back to like much more full episodes of stuff. So, what this is saying is on my info, on my things, uh like on my schedule, on my actual schedule, on the like Excel spreadsheet I have of a schedule here. I always color streams as this like banana, what's referred to as banana colored in the color grid thing, but it's like that banana yellow. So streams of this banana yellow color, and then I just colored each video slot has a color of sorts. So once upon a time, back in like 2018, I had this setup where I had a main game that I played 4 times a week. And then I had like a secondary game that I think I had a secondary game that I played 3 times a week. I had like slot 2, slot 2, and slot 2, and then slot 3 and slot 3. But I almost did that. I almost did that again where I had these two misc slots as slot 3 and slot 3. But I it didn't happen this week. I put it off for a week, and I immediately realized that shit, it was a good idea I put it off for a week because actually I prefer to have lots of space to do one-offs and random stuff. Um, Things like I played Portal Era last week, stuff like that, and this week I played Lambda Wars, I played a one-off episode of Lambda Wars. Um, so basically, what this currently is, what the schedule currently is, as of right now. Yeah, so the slots are different series. So series slot 1, series slot 2, and then miscellaneous is just whatever I want it to be. Um, I've noticed you've been posting a lot of cool new Let's Plays. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. So for right now, as of right now, slot 1 is Elden Ring. So you will have seen that there are currently 2 episodes of Elden Ring up on the channel already. Because I released one on Monday, one on Tuesday. I'm going to release them quite frequently. Slot 2 at the moment is Resident Evil, the Shadows of Rose DLC. So slot 2, twice a week, I'll release an episode of Shadows of Rose. Excellent, excellent. And then like this one here was Lambda Wars. I have a plan for what this one here is going to be, but also, yeah, this is what's the big difference, is that previously I've never had this slot here. So on a Wednesday, my plan for the future is that on Wednesdays, I will either stream like I'm streaming now, preferably like a slightly shorter stream, or something smaller, but not, it might, you know, it may vary. So Wednesdays I'm gonna do a smaller or perhaps regular stream, or another like miscellaneous episode of something. So that's the sort of layout of that I plan to have for the future. So because something I've noticed is that, or something that I frequently notice is that, you know, first episodes or one-off episodes of small things, especially entirely self-contained things, they do tend to do well on YouTube, relatively speaking. So I want to do more just one-off little things. Once like it's all the pitches. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one is a special one. Like that it's because it's a either or. It gets the gradient. It gets the yellow to pink gradient. Um, but yeah, the rest of them are gonna be these sort of like setups. So yeah, as of like last week, these two boxes here were slot 3, and I had planned to play another series game in those slots. But that left just this once a week having a stream or a miscellaneous thing, and I immediately regretted it. I was like, oh wait, no, what am I doing? Uh, Switch it out. So it's more random stuff, more fun one-offs. Uh, I want to. In the past, I've always had this idea that I always want to finish everything I start, and so I mean, a lot. I still want to keep that up for most of these. Like anything I do is like a series. I still want to finish. I always want to finish it to some degree. I don't ever promise to finish it like 100%, but I always promise to try my best to finish it. Like finish it at least to an ending of sorts. But then, yeah, there's a lot of games that I just never get around to playing because of that. So I want to do these I want to use these misc slots to play stuff more one-off, and hopefully people will be interested in seeing, because once again, with the miscellaneous stuff, there's no expectation of like there's no expectation of a commitment of time. It's unlike Elden Ring, which there's gonna be a lot of episodes of that. I think it's gonna take me a while to finish Elden Ring. I Oh yeah, wait. I see what you meant. It took me all this time to realize that you meant slot 1. Slot 1 gets all the bitches because it has 4 episodes a week. It's the most of anything. Stream has 3, almost. But yeah, slot 1 does get all the bitches. It's reserved slot one mainly reserved for big series. And what I will say as well is that slot one might get split in two if uh I start playing shorter games. Because at the moment, like Shadows of the Rose is only about, I think I looked it up, it was about 3.5 hours of content. So it won't take long to finish. You know, it'll only be like three, maybe four episodes, I think. Um, I have already recorded two, so I don't know how far through I am. But Elden Ring is a big game, so it's probably gonna require like at least as like Dark Souls 3 on the channel back in the day took 32 episodes to complete. So Elden Ring, I wouldn't surprise me. You get The Walking Dead in slot one. I would I continue that in stream form or in video form? I don't know. Yeah, just each episode of the game took about, it was around an hour and a half, 2 hours, wasn't it? No, it was more like 2 to 3 hours. I don't know. Stream is hard because people easily can spoil. True, true. That is that is something that I have noticed more recently happening more commonly. It's people just like coming on the stream, perhaps for their first time, and being like, spoiler, 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 and we're just like, shut up! Yeah. Yeah. It happened with The Walking Dead, and it happened with Bendy and the Ink Machine. People just came on and started spoiling stuff. It's like, not cool, man. Not cool. When did spoiling stuff become just like okay to do? I thought it was like common knowledge that it's like you don't spoil shit unless that person approves it. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the plan for for going forwards. It's I'm gonna have just the two series things going on at once, and then uh like a miscellaneous series of things throughout the week, and the stream on the Wednesday might relate to stuff that we do on the weekend, but it might also not. Like we still have the first stream of the month will always be the Saturday stream. First stream of the month is always reaction stream, unless unless something comes up. It might be the Sunday stream instead, but I'll never use the Wednesday stream as the reaction stream unless it's a catch up. Unless I'm like so behind on reactions that I'm like, oh, I gotta do another one. I'll do that on a Wednesday. But then we'll have more multiplayer streams. We'll definitely. I wanted to keep the streams at least 3 of them like this, because just the 2 on the weekend. While I'm getting the 2 back on the weekend. That went away briefly while I was streaming during the week. I didn't think it was necessary to stream twice in the weekend while I was streaming during the week. But now that I'm back to a kind of more normal schedule, I've reclaimed streaming on the 2 days of the weekend. And we'll stream once during the week to sort of like balance it out, like what feels like a relatively equal amount of videos and streams. Yeah. And having only the 8 episodes to record a week is much more manageable for me than having 10 episodes a week. Because dude, the show's not 10 years old, so I kind of spoil it. Give me a little shit. I totally agree. It's like, I feel like there's so much stuff that's come out. Like, so much content comes out in so many different places these days that you can't spoil anything. As a reminder to everyone, because I keep forgetting Rory is a day ahead of most people. Yes. So yeah, it should be noted. This is New Zealand. Wait. Oh my god, what is this font? I like the G alt. And this freaking color. Yeah. Let's move this up here. Or maybe I should write out in full NZ time zone. Filter. Oopsies. Or maybe I should make this, like, I find that gold tends to stick out pretty well. There we go. 10 out of 10 font, yeah. Um, it's okay to spoil because fuck everyone brought up to blank here. Yeah, it's exactly. That's the thing. Is like I'm getting on. I'm getting old. Late 20s. I was born in the 90s, but that being born in the 90s means it's stuff from the 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s to like watch or listen to or see whatever. Um, and it's only getting more and more crazy for people born later and later. As time goes on, like the amount of shit to see, to watch, and to experience is like just fucking skyrocketing. It's going up exponentially with every friggin' new year. Spoiler, but the schedule dies after the last episode. Well, that's the thing. This schedule may not last the week, It may be that I'm like, fuck it. And I just stop doing this schedule. But this is my plan for this year. That's right, for this year. And I wanna do a new outro, but I haven't gotten around to it, so I'm just using the old outro for now. Me at the constant desire to talk about Outer Wilds. Yes, yes. It literally can't because spoilers literally make the game unplayable. Exactly. That's Outer Wilds is one of those games that I have multiple times tried to talk about it to people, and like because people who haven't heard of it, I have like, have you heard of Outer Wilds before? And they're like, no, and I'm like, I'm like, shit. How do I describe this game without spoiling it? And it is so hard. It's so hard. And the problem as well with the game that I found, like even I experienced this uh when I first started like looking into it. Because someone recommended me the game. Actually multiple people recommended me the game. But when I first like looked at the game page, the page that shows off the game stuff on Steam, at least at the time when I first came across it, it looked so strange, and the graphics were kind of weird, they weren't like super high fidelity graphics. Um and so I looked at it and I like of course judged it by its cover and was like, why are people like telling me this game is like revolutionary? It's like, what is this game? Looks so strange. Um, so like, yeah, I didn't play it for the longest time until like the fifth person in my life suggested it to me again, and I was like, why are so many people suggesting me this game? And like raving about it, but saying nothing. Saying it's revolutionary, but other than that, basically saying nothing. Yeah, no, and now I'm one of those people. It's like, you have to play it. I would almost recommend it to anybody. Um, there are some people who I don't think would get the same like joy out of it. And I have met someone who started playing it and didn't finish it, which I was shocked by. But it's for the most part, I would pretty much recommend it to anyone. It's a blessing and a curse. Yeah, yeah. It's like I love it. I love talking about it if you've played it. But if you haven't played it, all I will say is you gotta play it. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, this is the plan for the future, for the foreseeable future. I will say here's some of the games, like to give you a little bit more of a tease or taster of what's to come as well. Here are some. I mean, here are some of the games that I've had in my. So I have a thing that I have a setup on Steam. People have probably noticed this for ages now. That is, I tend to I try and put games that I plan to play soon in my active series list. Sometimes that's not always for me to play on the channel. Um, and sometimes I put it there just because I actually don't intend to play it, but I want to sort it into its own category at some point. But for now, I will mention games like, I mean, Blackwell Legacy. That's the next. Well, that's the first game in the series of Blackwell that I very much intend to play very soon. I want to, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this. Then a game like Celeste. I know some people have been asking me to play Celeste. I think Malik was one of them. Good. uh, I was wondering about Entropy Zero 2. Yes. Okay, I'll get to Entropy Zero 2 in a minute. Chicken of the Darkness is like a one-off thing I'm gonna play. I'm probably gonna play that on Friday. So I'm gonna release the episode on Friday. This is like a silly horror game that Zach suggested. I have seen the Game Grumps play this. It is such a weird little obscure horror game. Color Tone looked really interesting. It is basically like it's like another person making Antichamber. It looks visually a lot like Antichamber, but I don't actually know how it plays. So I'm curious to play that. Pascal gifted me Crocodile 3D, which isn't a game. I've got software activated at the moment as well. But I did have a quick look around at how this works, and it's very interesting. Very much designed for your old school, like, polygon graphics. It's basically that'd be how I would describe it. It's basically a manual polygon placement tool. So, like, you literally place, in this case it's quads, which are made up of two polygons, but you basically place quads down that are based on a tile sheet, like you would place tiles in a 2D game. Yeah, you have like a texture that's your tile sheet, and then you place each quad down, and it relates to a particular tile piece. And you can either just place a bunch of that same tile, or you can like place a tile, switch to the next one, place the tile, switch to the next one, place the tile, and yeah, it's really interesting. Anyway, this was gonna be this Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed, which is the remake of Destroy All Humans 2. This was gonna be my Series 3, but after I didn't get around to playing it early this week, I missed my window of like setting it up, and then immediately upon missing it, I was like, oh, that was a good thing that happened, because I'd rather have the miscellaneous stuff throughout the week. So there's that. I really want to play this Dial Town. This is, for those of you who remember, I played a series back in the day, a while back, called Day Shift at Freddy's. Day Shift at Freddy's is basically a point-and-click adventure game, or like a VN. It's basically a visual novel where you play as a character doing the day shift at a Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and it's of course related to the games, related to the FNAF games, where it's like you're the day shift guy during like the bite of 87 or during the like missing children incident, and you can either help or hinder the the murderer, or the help or hinder the kids to get their revenge. Dial Town's made by the same developer. Oh, and one of the things that's funny in Day Shift of Freddy's is that there's in the Five Nights at Freddy's games there's a character that's commonly referred to as Phone Guy. Well, Phone Guy in Day Shift of Freddy's literally has a phone for a head. And I'm sure it was just that and only that that led to this fucking creation. It is basically a game in which there's a ton of people. This is what Phone Guy looks like. This guy here is what Phone Guy looks like, with the like red phone for a head. Yeah, you you can basically date. It's a dating sim for people with phones for heads. So that's what Dial Town is. This is an old game. This is an old classic that I would love to play at some point. Dude Stop is another like sort of short one-offy kind of game. Elden Ring is what I'm currently playing. Entropy Zero 2. Okay, so I meant to play this back in November last year. I meant it as like I was gonna play Silent Hill. I was gonna play Blackwell Deception, and I was gonna play Entropy Zero 2. For whatever reason, I just kept delaying Entropy Zero 2 because I just didn't have like the slots on my schedule for it, and it just kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed because I just didn't have, because I was doing thank you, Pascal. Gifted message. Pascal, or Mr. Caddis, has me like gifts me games all the time. Thank you. Oh yes, this is the game that was suggested on the Discord. Looks so creepy. This character looks so creepy. Yeah. All right, a couple more games to add to the list. Yeah. So basically, what I found out was that having only one episode a day, or not even an episode a day, sometimes I streamed instead. Doing one episode a day and then streams every now and then. I just didn't have the time to play Entropy Zero 2, which is part of the reason why I want to go back to 2 episodes a day where possible. So, yeah, I've gone back to I'm releasing 8 episodes a week instead of 10. I'm releasing 8 episodes a week and 3 streams a week. Sometimes 9 episodes a week, but whatever. Yeah. So Entropy Zero 2 still like on the list of something to play. It's about 6 hours apparently. So it'll probably be a couple of streams or slot 2 secondary playthrough, secondary game playthrough. It may be the thing that replaces Resident Evil, unless that ends up being Destroy Humans, in which case we'll see. We'll see. It could also be one of those things where it's like I play it as a main series game and just slam it out in a week. Get it all out in 1 week. Final Station. This is probably in here. This I got a want to play this really bad a while back, but I never got around to playing it, so it's kind of fallen away. This is a maybe that I might play this at some point. First Tree, I've been meaning to play this for years. This is a little indie game that's like a one stream kind of game, and I think Tiana suggested it, but I just never got around to actually playing it. Frog Detective game that Fireboy suggested, and this, I think, was this one free? I don't remember. I just remember there's a series of Frog Detective games, and apparently they're more than they look. There's more than the surface value of what you see in this game. I think that there might be a element of creepiness to this game, or it's just a straight up like detective game, which is cool too. But we'll see. We'll find out, won't we? We just got given The Greatest Penguin Heist by Zach. Sorry, not Zach. Kim. I had fish in my head but for some reason Zach came out. Um, so yeah, this is the game that our good community member Fish made, and uh, yeah, it's apparently sold like 100,000 copies, which is freaking amazing. And we'll play it on a stream sometime soon. We'll play it in like a multiplayer stream sometime soon. Anyway, Stickman Collection, once again, been meaning to play it for ages, just never got around to it. Never managed to schedule it. Hob just looked cool. Probably won't end up getting played for. If it does, it'll be like ages probably, unless I just spontaneously decide to play it at one point. Infra, another game I've been meaning to play for ages. It is a like mod game made in the Source engine, um, and I was suggested to play it ages ago. The only reason I haven't played it is that this game is apparently like 24 hours long. To finish the game takes about 20 something hours. So yeah, it's difficult to schedule on the channel. Oh, Lunistus. This is like a old school style game. It's a game that's designed to look like a PS1 Nintendo 64 game. Really interested in playing it. No, not that. It's Name is Back from Hell. I started playing this briefly, but it's become one of my spare time games. I have a few spare time games in here that I did. I think this is one of the only ones left. Nuclear Throne. Someone suggested this. I haven't really checked it out much for myself, so I don't know if I will play that. Abduction. I really want to play Abduction. It is the latest game from the developers of Myst, and it looks cool. I want to play it. Part of me wanted to play the whole series of Myst first, but this might end up being the next Myst kind of game that I play, just because it's unrelated to the Myst games. So I can just play it. I don't need to hold myself back. Stranger's Wrath, really cool old game that I didn't play until way later. Yeah, one of the Oddworld games. It is so different from anything else that I've played. I really want to play that as like a, here guys, take a look at this kind of game. Oddworld Soulstorm, still have not played it. Still disappointed that this isn't a proper remake. It was a reimagining of the second game. I loved Abe's Exodus, so the fact that they didn't remake Abe's Exodus, they just made this instead as a reimagining of Abe's Exodus. Super disappointing. However, I still wish to play it and have a look at it for myself. Resident Evil Village, we're currently playing that. Sally Face, another game I've been meaning to play for ages. It's very much like your Fran Bow. Sort of point and click. It's a point and click adventure. It is, yeah. I would call Fran Bow a point and click adventure. Sally Face is good. Yeah. I've been meaning to play this for some time, and I've seen some people play like the first couple of episodes of it on YouTube, but I have not seen the ending. I've not seen how it ends. So, there's plenty of it I haven't seen. So I'd really want to go and play that at some point. Sam Max Save the World, a remake of all the classic Sam Max games. I loved the Sam Max games back when they were originally I say originally released, back when they were available on Steam. Back when I got the Telltale Games box that had all their games in it, but that was before they made Walking Dead. So they had all their Sam Max, like, I mean, I could just open it up. Wait, Telltale Games. They had. I don't think Back to the Future was in that box. They had things like Bone. They had the first episode of Hector, I think. They had Poker Night, Puzzle Agent, Sam Max, Strong Bad, Tales of Monkey Island, Wallace and Gromit. Yeah. Let's just say the Sam Max games, especially. I love Puzzle Agent as well, but Sam Max, and I really loved Hector as well. Sam Max, the series, I played this right through, loved it to death. This is apparently a full remake of at least the first one. It's at least season 1. I don't know if it's all the seasons, but yeah. Yeah, let's just say looking forward to playing this. It's another remake. Um, Me neither. I haven't finished it. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Plan to play that at some point. And then there's also a VR Sam and Max game that I haven't played. As soon as I get my VR stuff sorted out, I'll start playing more VR games. Satisfactory. Been meaning to play this with Orangey for a while. Uh, may play it one day. But I have been very tempted to just play this by myself, but Orangey would never forgive me if I played it by myself. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World finally came out on Steam. This has been available on the Epic Game Store for a while. It is the re-release of the original PS3 game that they made back in the day for Scott Pilgrim. And it's just a really cool, like, Double Dragon style, like, city brawler, street brawler kind of game. But you can play as the characters from Scott Pilgrim, the Scott Pilgrim novels. Scott Pilgrim comics? Visual novels? I don't know what you call them. And graphic novels. That's what I was like, what the fuck is it called? Graphic novels. And really cool game. Really cool music. If it's not copyright claimed, I will do a full playthrough of this purely for the music, because I still to this day listen to that music on my phone. It's so good. Spiritfarer, been meaning to play this for ages, been suggested this by multiple people. Apparently it's a very, very tearful game, but it's a very beautiful game. This is the other game that's been like in my own time. I've been playing this with Mark recently. Stardew Valley. It's just a nice game to play together. A game that we can play together that is not too, like, crazy. It's nice and chill. And Terraria has also been a relaxed game for me recently, but I kind of got bored of it. Once I started playing Stardew Valley with Mark, I lost all interest in playing Terraria. Timber Story, relatively new game. Once again, nice and short. Probably either a one-off stream or a one-off video or something. And then VTube Studio is just my the VTube stuff that Digits does for me. Thank you. I've been meaning to. This is in here. This is in my active series because I've been meaning to tweak some things and do another stream with the avatar. Yeah. But there's also stuff like on the back burner, games I've played before, but I still want to pick back up. I really want to get back into Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I feel bad that it's been so long, but it's because 2022 was a bad year for video series, and I really want to play this in a video series. So 2023 is the year of Phoenix Wright's return. I'm sure. I might actually add this to my active series. Remove it from the back burner. But yeah, there's a bunch of games in here that are like games I played at some point, but I have either some intention or I used to have an intention of returning to. We'll see. Dream Daddy is probably the oldest one in this list, because I played that ages ago, and I still, at some part of me still intends to go back and get all the endings for the different dads, but I don't think that'll ever happen. If you want anything new, please poke me. Yeah. Ah! But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so then there's like... This isn't the full list, but there's a bunch of games I want to play. A bunch of... These are main long stuff. These are slot 1 games. Games that would take a while to play. But I really want to play them at some point. Some of these I no longer care for. I haven't like filtered it out or anything. But I thought the was just broadly for Phoenix Wright. But you mean Ace Attorney, Ace Attorney, Ace Attorney. Yeah, secondary one-off. So this is like secondary series, or maybe I'll do one video on it just to show it off. There's a ton of games like that in here. And I need to keep returning to these lists because some of these games are only in here. Some of these games I would have bought, and like this is the only folder it's in. So I must return to these so that I don't miss stuff. Frog Fractions is one of those games that's like, this game, it's so strange. I really gotta show that off in an episode because I gotta do that in a one-off because it's so weird. Oh, and then throwback games, like games that I've played in the past but I haven't played on the channel before. I really want to play Bastion. It's the music. The music is amazing. The story makes me cry every time. Uh, yeah. Bioshock Infinite is so good. The Blood Omen game, or the Legacy of Kain games, no one's gonna watch it, but I really want to play them. Legacy of Kain is such an obscure series, I just don't think anyone will watch it. Um, yeah. Oh, the Elder Scrolls Morrowind, yeah, I really want to play that as well, but it's just so long. Um, yeah. So, anyway. I think that's it. I think under stream YouTube, I just have the usual streaming stuff. Yeah. Uh, but yeah. So that'll probably do it for the stream. Oh, it's not been quite an hour, but I wanted to keep this stream pretty short. Just talk about games that I want to play, um, and leave it there. Oh, this is actually this one here. Bubd. I just recently got suggested it. It was a free to play game, and it's apparently really weird, but it's also a like vertical platformer, maybe parkour, but mostly platforming game. So really weird. Probably a good game to play as a random miscellaneous game. It's okay, Zach. This was gonna be a short stream anyway. Um, and I just if you for those who are appearing now, for those who weren't here at the start of the stream, who may not want to come back to the stream after the fact, one more time, let's have a look at the schedule. So, oh, there it is. So here we are. This is what we showed earlier in the stream. It is the new and improved Rorius schedule, or new and improved Rorius the schedule. Yeah, from going forward for the rest of this year, for as long as I can hold it up, for the foreseeable future, the current setup that I have is that we have, we have stream on both Saturday and Sunday. We have both weekend streams, but we also have the special Wednesday stream that we're gonna have once a week, where it's either a stream or a miscellaneous video, depending on my availability. But we're gonna have weekday streams now, and then at the moment you will have seen Zach, or you may have seen that. Yeah, we've on the channel so far. There's been 2 episodes of Elden Ring, an episode of Resident Evil Village, The Shadows of Rose, as well as an episode of Lambda Wars. Well, that's because I have these slots. I have these series slots. So currently, Elden Ring is in slot 1. Slot 1 happens 4 times a week. It's the main series game that will try and like any game that's in that slot will sort of will blast through it by having 4 episodes a week. And then we have a secondary series slot, which is at the moment Shadows of Rose, the DLC for Resident Evil Village. That happens twice a week in slot 2. And then we have these 2/3 slots for a miscellaneous, like, one-off throwaway games. I call them throwaway purely because I mean that they, you play them once and then you're done, basically. Or, a taster. A bit like Lambda Wars. I don't really plan to make any kind of series out of that. I just wanted to try it out for myself. So Lambda Wars, we had a nice quick 15-minute episode there. I actually played Lambda Wars for an hour and 20 minutes. But the mission that I did, that I spent an hour on, I didn't even finish it. I spent an hour playing a mission, the very first mission of Lambda Wars, and I got quite far along, and then a freaking Strider came out of nowhere and like decimated my little army of foot soldiers that I had, and I was like, I have to stop. I have to stop. It's gonna take me fucking ages to finish if I didn't get wiped out by like Strider attacks. Yeah, let's just say that it was rough. So, um, I decided to keep it like to just show the tutorial. But yeah, that game was interesting. It was an interesting game, really fascinating to me. And we'll have another miscellaneous game at the end of the week. And for this first Wednesday stream, it's just me showing off the schedule. But then yeah, this coming weekend, I think I'm planning for this Saturday to be a multiplayer stream. Um, Pretty sure I want to play. I have a feeling. What was it that I wanted to play? I believe the plan was to play some Golf with Friends for the first bit, and then I think it was going to be Jackbox, but I'm not sure about the Jackbox part. So yeah, hopefully you guys look forward to that. Hopefully you guys can look forward to the series stuff. If you haven't already checked it out, Elden Ring is really good. I have, as soon as I started playing it, like the next day, when I was like doing editing and other stuff, I had this like deep urge. I was like, I want to play something. I want to play something, but I I wasn't sure what I wanted to play. And then I realized I wasn't sure what I wanted to play because what I actually wanted to play was Elden Ring. But I need to record that. And I wasn't in the recording mood or wasn't in a state where I could record. So I was like, damn it. I want to play Elden Ring. Yeah. So that's that. And I mentioned in an episode in the Lambda Wars episode, I have mentioned another thing there's a planned series that's like an immediate thing. Um yeah, I've got Destroy Humans 2, Entropy Zero 2, and another thing I really want to play in the immediate future. Um wait. Okay, let's just quickly do a thing. To make it really easy on myself. New layer. New layer group. Copy this. Nope. Why isn't it? There we go. Hold up. This is the proper one. Nope. Damn it. There's no layer groups. Oh, you know what? I'll just do this and fucking manually adjust it. There we go. There we go. Now it's in the official document. Anyway, okay. The hell was I saying? Completely lost my train of thought. Right. No. So yeah, I got Destroy Humans 2, Entropy Zero 2, and the other thing I mentioned during Lambda Wars is that I really want to play Red Alert 2. I really want to play. Actually, I kind of want to see just really quick if my efforts. I'll open it over here just in case I don't want to show anything incriminating. I wonder if my efforts worked. Does this work? The train just went off the rails. It did. Oh, hey, Ross. Oh, damn. Haven't seen you in ages. Rory and to everyone in the chat, hope you are having a happy new year so far. Looking forward to the future content and catching up all I've missed. It's been a while. Yeah, I was going to say, I still see you on like other social medias. We're friends on some other social media things, or on Steam, for instance. So I still see you around very occasionally, but I haven't seen you in the chat in ages. Yeah, I hope everything's going well for you, man. It's been too long. I was glad. It's good to see you back. Yeah. Right. So yes, again, to reiterate, during Land Wars, I mentioned that I really wanted to play Red Alert 2 and Yuri's Revenge, the campaign. I want to see if I finally got it working, such that I can actually play it. Oh wait, I just forgot one of the. I forgot one of the details. One of the problems with this game. Okay. One of the problems with this game is that for some reason, when let's drag this down the bottom here. When I have, actually, yeah, well, I hope this won't screw up the capture. I've had a problem trying to launch these games, at all. For like, I've had this version of the game up here, which works. It's like a special multiplayer only launcher for like Red Alert 2 and Yuri's Revenge. The original versions of the games, which is how you play the campaign mode, I have not been able to launch it for like well over a year now. I've been trying to get it to work. I've been trying to get the game to actually launch. Well, I discovered that if I disable my right-hand screen, disconnect display. Keep changes. Okay, it's still working. Now I have no right display, so I can't see you guys chat unless I look at the OBS. I can still see it in OBS. Let's see if Red Alert 2 will launch and whether it'll be able to be picked up by OBS. It is! It's being picked up. For some reason, Red Alert 2 opens with this tiny screen. When you play the actual game, if I go into single player skirmish and just launch any old game, when in the game it's full screen, but the menu is tiny. See, it's
new construction options.
Outstanding.
See, it's full screen in this version, in this part of the game, and when you're actually playing.
High speed, low drag.
But what's weird?
Battle control terminated.
What's weird? Yeah, menu tiny, original resolution. However, if I launch this game again, I hate the EA launcher. I hate how long it takes to do this. I don't know why it takes so long for it to freaking launch the game. I just had it open. But yeah, if I launch Yuri's Revenge though, if it's working the same way it was working the other day, it launches. I mean, it looks funny on stream, but it launches properly. It launches full screen. It's in this version. This is full screen menu. It's the same game. Why do they act differently? It stretches it for this version. But once again, you see it in 4x3, I see it in 16:9. Once again, if you launch the game, it's in 4x3 until you're actually in the game. Oh god, it
What's the word?
yeah, and then it's full screen again.
Building.
Squared away, sir. On my way.
So yeah. So in other words, I now can play the campaign mode. I can play campaign. Oh. This game is less stable than Red Alert 2 is. I can play the campaign mode with all the cutscenes. Wait.
Locked and loaded. We will bury them.
and I can go to the movies and credits. And I can play the intro movie that plays the first time you play the game.
We are now at DEFCON 2.
What the devil is going on, Lieutenant?
What the devil is going on, Lieutenant? Anyway, I was so happy that I discovered that. I finally figured out how to do it, but it did require me buying the Command and Conquer Ultimate Pack, whatever the fuck it was called, on EA Games. I was so disappointed that I had to get it on here, but getting it on here meant I had a clean install, which I could do a bunch of which means that I could do a bunch of which means I could do a bunch of modifications to the game files to get it to work properly. But yeah, that'll do. Alright, well, I'm gonna get the friggin' screen back up again. Display settings. Extend. Yeah, so this is my setup, by the way. I have like one big 2560 by 1440 and then two 1920 by 1080 monitors on the other side, which means that I can't go across the screen up here because there's literally like a lip at the side of the screen. I have to like bring it down a bit and then I can down a bit and then I can go across the screens. Anyway, yeah, that's that. Now I can get the freaking chat back up and I can see what you guys are chatting about. Oh, I see you guys have just been watching. It's been no chat since I brought up Roulette 2. Oh. No, oh my god. Why does it do this? But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I shall be continuing to sort this, like, get this schedule, or keep this schedule up for the foreseeable future. It has taken a lot. Editing, I forgot how long editing takes. I did spend a lot of time editing these 4 videos. And to be fair, I have been putting a lot of like random memes and shit in them. I think I've been editing more specifically for these 4 episodes than I usually do. Like that first episode of Elden Ring, I threw in at least 4 different memes. Or is it 3? I think one of them was duplicate, so 4 memes, but 3 individual memes. Yeah. I mean, I actually made my own variants of memes for that first episode of Elden Ring. And then yeah, let's just say I've been spending a lot more time editing with these ones, which may be a theme that continues or may not. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I hope you guys look forward to the series that I'm playing. If you haven't checked it out already, Elden Ring is really cool. If you haven't checked it out already, Shadows of Rose has been really interesting as well. Super weird and not what I expected at all. Really fascinated to find out what the hell is going on, because there's a mystery going on at the moment at the start of the Shadows of Rose that I'm so very curious about. But yeah, whatever the case, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next stream or video. I'll see you in a video tomorrow. See you in 2 videos tomorrow. Bye, guys. The chat didn't freeze, did it? I'm gonna refresh the chat. No. Have a great day and good eats. Good eats. Good east. Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. See you guys next time. Have a good eats, good sleeps, and good good day, sir. Bye.